Township. Trustees, would you rise and resolution with the flag, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Niehaus.
Present.
Mr. Dole.
Present.
Mr. Heiss.
Present. Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting, January 14, 2019.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any addition or correction? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Niehaus.
Yes.
Mr. Dole.
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes. Approval to pay the bills as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Please. Anything we should know about the bills?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty standard.
Okay. Okay. Your roll call, please.
Mr. Niehaus.
Yes.
Mr. Dole.
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes. And this election. Okay, I guess it correspondence. Mr. Doe,
None.
Mr. Niehaus.
I have none.
Um, I got none. Okay, yes, the sheriff office,
Wait a minute. Correspondence from you was none also?
none, right.
Okay.
Good evening, Sergeant Kevin Koo, Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. During the month of January, Crosby Township had a total of 80 dispatch details. 6 of them were auto accidents. There were 0 reports taken during that time period. Also during the time period, the Crosby Township Traffic Detail worked 13 days. He had 3 traffic violations, a total of 7 traffic contacts, 1 speeding, 4 warnings, and 2 others. They conducted 18 vacation checks, 14 school patrols, had 3 criminal warrant arrests, 1 assist to a motorist, 13 business checks, and 7 other details. And our criminal investigation section during that time period reported, let's see, they had 2 cases assigned to detectives for investigation. None of those cases have been closed. There was no assets or stolen property recovered during that time period either.
Any question?
I guess, have you heard any more from the sheriff about his ideas or plans? I mean, he told us he'd contact us when he gets something concrete, but
I have not been told anything. All I can share with you, March 21st will be my last day of employment with the Sheriff's Office.
oh,
What their plans are from there, I have no idea. I have not been told.
As of now, how many sheriff cars do we have in Crosby Township, or the west side of Hamilton County?
We have, what they have done now is they've signed a K-9 car to the 17 beach, which is Crosby Township, Harrison Township area. Again, at any given time, that K-9 car can be called away for tracks, drug searches, things along those lines. And then they have the 15 car, which is kind of a backup to Miami Township North Bend, the southern part of Whitewater, and then the 16 cars in the middle part. So on paper, there's 3 plus a supervisor. If I'm being replaced, I have no idea. I don't know what it entails with budget cuts. I have not heard of any other movement from any other beat cars out in the western townships at all.
Oh.
So I can only speak for my schedule. I still try to fill the 3 cars every day I'm working.
Wow.
I mean, I see a lot of sheriff, I went around here a lot, so I see a lot of sheriffs around, but,
Yes.
now,
Who is in charge of the traffic detail now?
Sergeant Raker?
Okay, Raker.
Yes.
Do you think he would be open to doing more hours? I mean, that we would pay for? Or
I'm sure he would.
that way there's a presence anyway, you know, by having, that's something we can discuss between us, I guess.
for our detail, you mean?
Yeah, our traffic detail is the speed, but
Mhm.
at the same time, they're here, and they can also, you know.
They just got a slight raise. I don't know if you saw that on it was just very small, but
Yeah, but
I'm
either
just
way.
yeah.
I know, they want us to help out, and contracting is very expensive, and at least if we can kick in by increasing the traffic detail, you know, at least, like I said, having a presence here, and, you know, we've got to figure out what to do. And Sheriff's got to figure out what to do,
Yes.
yeah.
As far as you know, the cost per hour is still gonna be the same without traffic detail?
Yes. As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And there's always guys looking to work details.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be hard to fill.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we need to talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Guess we might as well first wait and see what's gonna happen first.
Right, well, right. I'm sorry about you.
That's all right. I'm retired. I knew the chances.
Okay.
I guess any input you might be able to give us would be grateful.
Sure.
So,
Anything I can do to help. Or any information I get, I'll be sure to pass along. Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
well, thank you.
Yes.
okay, thank you.
So you'll be here for next meeting?
Yes, I'll be here for March's meeting. That'll be my last one. And again, as far as personnel movements, supervisor movements, I have no idea what their intentions are.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay, public at large.
Do Ryan.
Um,
We're gonna do Ryan first.
Ryan, you want to be?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Ryan McEwen. I'm the Assistant Director of Hamilton County Emergency Management and Homeland Security. The reason I'm here tonight is to talk to Crosby Township about our 2018 Hamilton County Mitigation Plan. This plan has been written over the past about 18 months, and the purpose of the mitigation plan is to identify actions in which the communities in Hamilton County will take to reduce the impact of hazards and disasters. Traditional disaster cycle is we prepare with our first responders to disasters. When they hit, we respond to them, and then we do our best to help communities recover from them. The idea to break that kind of cycle, though, is to look for ways to make those disasters less impactful, and that's what we have done with the hazard mitigation plan. The mitigation plan is a federal requirement. FEMA requires every community to have adopted a mitigation plan in order to be eligible for federal disaster funds. Every community can write their own plan, but what we have done as the county's emergency management agency is wrote one plan that covers the entire county and all of the jurisdictions in it. We worked very closely with Chief Davis and with Trustee Dole on working that plan, putting it together, which we finished last spring. Over the summer and into early fall, it was approved by FEMA. And then in September, the Hamilton County Board of County Commissioners adopt the plan for Hamilton County at large. And now we're in the process of working with each of the 48 jurisdictions that participate in that plan and getting resolutions passed to adopt it. The actual plan itself, which I didn't bring because I'm not that strong, is about 900 pages. The Crosby Township section of it is actually just 3 pages, and that's the list of projects that are specific just to Crosby Township. The bulk of the plan is a detailed hazard analysis looking at all the hazards that we've identified for Hamilton County. We came up with 25 hazards, both natural, technological, and man-made hazards. Everything from high wind and tornado events to riverine floods, flash floods, extreme heat, extreme cold, hazardous material incidents, cyber security, terrorist attacks. It's a pretty extensive list. And we did a detailed analysis on each of those 25 hazards. That takes up probably about 400 of those 900 pages. We have about 250 pages of projects that the 48 jurisdictions submitted. And I should say this is the 4th iteration of the plan. We did a first version in 2003, then versions in 2008, 2013, and then 2018. And of those 4 plans, this is the first time we've had all 48 jurisdictions participate in that planning process. And a lot of that is due to the leadership in our communities. I especially want to thank Chief Davis and Trustee Dole for working with our office and making sure Crosby Township was well represented in those planning meetings. So first time since we started doing this plan 15 years ago, all 48 jurisdictions have submitted projects to us. So at this stage, we're just going around and we're asking all the jurisdictions to pass a resolution adopting the plan. And by adopting the plan, you are saying that the projects identified, should funding become available, usually through federal grants, the township will consider pursuing those. And once you've adopted the plan, if there is a federally declared disaster, then residents of Crosby Township will be eligible for disaster relief funds from FEMA. Do you have any questions about the plan for me?
I think you cover everything.
Did you guys scan it or look at it, the 900 pages?
900 pages last night.
I like a hard copy, so I'm disappointed you didn't bring it. So
You know what? When we get all the resolutions, we'll print one out for you guys. How about that?
I think we probably could burn up our printer printing up 900 pages. So
We need the 3 pages.
Yeah, that's what I say. I kind of messed up. I should have printed off the 3 pages and had you guys look at it, or whatever the projects we talked about would be for us, things to mitigate. So,
you know what pages they are?
What the projects are?
Yeah, what page?
Believe it or not, I have the pages in front of me. It was Appendix A. It was in one of the appendices. Appendix A is 271 through 273, for those curious. And the plan is online in PDF form, so that way you can just look on it on your phones, hcready.org.
Yeah, I read everything, forgot everything. You believe that?
Little nighttime reading for you.
Okay. Would somebody like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 06-2019?
well, I'd like to make a motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Second it. Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss,
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
All right. Hey, I got one other question for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Today, actually, I was looking at the Ohio EMA's website, and they had something on here about accepting applications for a safe room. If people wanted to build a safe room at their house, that they'll pay, or there's a grant available up to $4,875. Do you know anything about this program?
I do. So actually, one of the state's mitigation projects, because high wind and tornado events are one of the larger hazards in the state of Ohio, was to make funding available to residents who want to build safe rooms on their personal property. So the state has taken some of the mitigation funding that they receive, and they are doing a 75-25 match. So the state will pay up to 75% of the cost of a safe room installation system on private residence, private property, up to $4,875. with the caveat being that that safe room must meet FEMA's standards for safe room, and the complete packet of what makes a FEMA-approved safe room can be found with the application online. I will say it's a rather extensive process because you have to, you can't begin the construction of that until you've been awarded the grant, and then you have a certain timeline that you meet. But the state is very good on working with the applicants. They work directly with the residents that are selected for that program on what everything they need to do and document. And then at the end of the project, you get 75% of that cost reimbursed back to you. So it's a very successful program. They've been doing that for, I believe, 5 or 6 years now. And with those funds, I believe in the state of Ohio, there have been a couple hundred safe rooms that have been installed. So that's just an example of the state's mitigation program. And actually, one of our county mitigation programs is to promote that because we count on the state doing it each year. So you asking the question allows me to check one of our county boxes as well.
Okay. So it says you can put them in the basement, put them in the garage, put it in interior room of the house, anywhere that you seem deemed feasible or whatever else, and
Correct.
how they.
And it
how
depends
we-
on the technical structure of what you're wanting to build and where you're wanting to put. I've seen people put kind of in the back of the yard, like a storm cellar, in the basement, underneath the garage. There are a couple different designs that you can go with. It's not limited to just one thing. As long as it meets those FEMA standards, it's eligible for reimbursement. So it's a great program, and I'd strongly encourage any residents who are interested in that. They can contact our office, hcra.org, or they can go straight to the Ohio EMA's website and contact them.
Okay, great. You want a copy of that before you leave? Before you leave?
No, I've got copies of it. Thank you, though.
That's a resolution.
Oh, yes, that I do want a copy of. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, any more public at large, please? Okay. Yeah, you can go up and,
Yeah, just state your name. And, well, wait, before you start, wait till he gets back. He's the one who takes notes. Told her to wait till you got back.
Yeah, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
I know you start asking questions. Okay, thanks for waiting. So,
My name is Shelley Wurzelbacher, and I had called, and I don't know if Brenda, somebody had called me back and told me to come to the meeting. My concerns are with the New Haven Cemetery. I had purchased some plots in March of 18. My father passed away April of 18, and he still does not have his marker, which was paid for, delivered, and they had it in July. So my concerns is I don't know where to go from here. I've sent them letters about the grounds are not being taken care of. My dad's spot looks absolutely horrible. And like I said, we had a veterans marker that she did tell me she received, and we've been told over and over, every time I talk to her, it's gonna be put in. I've never had a date, and I still don't have a marker.
When you're saying marker, does that mean there's no headstone there yet?
Correct, correct.
I guess,
And it's just like every time I've
you
talked to her.
contacted the person who's making the headstone?
Well, Caitlin Fleeman is who I've been dealing with, and she's actually told me that they have everything. Last time I talked to her, even in November, she said she had the concrete, it was being mounted, and then she told my brother it would be put in before the first of the year. Now we're into February, and I still don't have it. Like I said, it's paid for, everything's done. We honestly just want the marker.
They're just dragging their feet.
Yeah. And like I said, the grounds are in terrible condition. I told her, I grew up in Crosby Township. That's why we put my father there. We had, honestly nowhere else to put him. So that's where we put him. He's by a friend of mine. Her marker is a mess. I go up there and weed. I go up there. I mean, my husband and my brother said, you know, we're willing to pour the concrete, but I'm getting no help from Caitlin. Absolutely no help. And like I said, we're going into February. My dad will be dead a year in April.
Well, the problem we have is that it's not our cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
And we have no control over really of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you talked to her today?
No, we haven't talked since she asked what direction that she could possibly
Yeah.
could do, and I said you could come and share your story, and then we can
Yeah.
try to help you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know where to go next. Like, even if you can refer me to someone, like I said, I don't want to take a legal standpoint. I honestly just want my dad's marker.
Do you want to give her that number you got today, or?
I gave it to all of you. I think I left mine on my desk. You've got it with a yellow highlighter. Do you have yours? Here's one. I'll give you this. Do you want to speak to what this is?
I guess, Brenda, you don't want to, and got this information for her?
Yeah, that's what he's giving her.
Right, you got the information, right?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
You talked to him more than I did.
No, I just know that if you have a concern or a question related to the cemetery, I found that what was given to me was that the Ohio Cemetery Commission in Columbus would be the place to go next. And there is a phone number. I'll just give you this paper, but it is going to be on our website now. There's a spot there under resources that tells that we as a township really don't have that, we don't maintain that. But but the cemetery, Caitlin's number's on there, and then the association is on there, and then this will be the next sentence that'll be added. Just where if you have a problem, this is the next step.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Jim, do you know Caitlin very well or anything?
Yeah, I know her. I mean, I know.
I don't know if it helped with just a phone call.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, honestly, I've tried everything. I've met her at the cemetery. I've had phone calls, texts.
Yeah,
Like I said, and all we want is my dad's marker.
yeah.
I don't want anything more.
But your headstones,
She said she has everything. She said she
The
had
headstone's
everything.
already done,
She
'cause
did
usually-
the concrete. She has because he got a plaque, which was through the VA.
yeah,
She's received that, and it's just not getting put in.
because usually the way that works, that whoever, the monument company digs the footer for the headstone, and, they pour that, and then the monument company brings the headstone out
Yes,
and puts it on there.
yeah. And his is just basically it's a flat surface, and then it's like I don't know if you've seen the copper plaques. They're kind of flat, and that's what it is.
Okay, so it's just might not be getting all that.
Yeah.
So I don't know that they did them themselves, that,
Okay.
well, usually the monument company comes up to,
I don't mean to interrupt, I'm her husband.
Yeah.
But, I would go pour the concrete to get this done. I mean,
Yeah.
I have this thing installed in a day.
see,
This is just absurd that it's been since April.
see,
This
Yeah.
is ridiculous, and this is the loved one, is being shown zero respect, zero.
I can
And
tell,
it's,
I feel for you, this ain't the first time.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
it's a
So,
travesty, really.
yeah, it is, and what we have there's nothing us trustees we can do, as far as except like getting phone numbers or whatnot like that for you.
Okay.
It's not ours. I mean,
And see, and that's my thing. Like I said, I don't know who else to go to.
yeah,
I think
I mean,
that
we've
phone number
tried, but
Brenda just gave you
other
would help.
times, and it don't go anywhere.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think the number she gave you, you're gonna have to call there
And work with them.
and work with them, then they'll have to call. I think that's where you need to start. Now, I've told other people the same thing. Do I know if they did or not?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Okay.
they went that far.
Now, who oversees that? Does the county oversee this? I mean,
It's, doesn't,
just this number is all I
Right,
got? Okay. I appreciate it.
so,
I think Brenda for getting this information. I personally had a problem last year in Delhi Cemetery. So I made a copy for myself for my personal use because this these things happen, unfortunately.
It's a shame.
Thank you. Anybody else? Public at large?
Yeah, can you go to the microphone? That way it's on TV.
Yeah, and
State your name and that.
Shirley Huber, and I'm down in New Baltimore. And when we got home, the notice was just stuck in the door, and it was about this odor down in New Baltimore. When we got home, I haven't noticed it quite as much. However, and what it was like for the 3 weeks we were gone in part of January, I don't know how it was. Before we left, though, there's been a horrible odor down in New Baltimore area, to the point where it smelled like raw sewage just out in the backyard, to the point we're lifting our lid up to see if it's us, and well, we know it's not our neighbor. They just had their septic, done a year ago. And then other times it almost smelled like it was like natural gas or propane gas or something. And of course, we're kind of thinking, oh, well, it must be just a neighbor right here, until I saw the notice, and then I started talking to other people. I'm finding out, well, no, everyone's noticed it. And I mean, does someone know something about it? I'm here because of the notice, and I don't know if anyone else is here for that.
I heard from one of the other residents down there, they had talked to the Board of Health, and the Board of Health said it was rotting drywall. Now, for rotting drywall to smell like that, I don't know. It's like, but then again, it's just sitting down there in ponds. If you look at the base of the water's running there, it's not draining away, so it's sitting there percolating, I guess you would say. So whether they need to work on draining that, and then I heard that they had put out some sort of perfume pots. So every once in a while, that's why it might smell a little better to try and fix that. So, but they're aware it is the landfill.
So it is coming from the landfill.
Where did your notice come from?
What was hard to tell, because at first we thought it was just,
No, the notice you had on your door.
oh, it was just stuck in, and there was no name to it. It was saying, the statement about, oh, that smell, that smell or something. It was going back to a lyric, and it's saying contact the health department at such and such, or contact Rumpke at such and such a number, or come to the meeting here tonight, so.
Because the Board of Health already,
Yeah, they're
they
aware.
already know about it.
Okay.
I've talked to other people over there about it, and the Board of Health is supposedly already is on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
because like I say, I haven't noticed it here in the last 2 weeks that we've been home. It was just today I'm thinking, oh, do I smell it again? And I wasn't sure. But before we left, it was just horrid.
Yeah, I went by today, and the worst part was right there near their little garage that they have where the trucks are parked or whatever. And it seemed like that corner there was the worst because
Yeah.
I rode up both ways, up Tooley and along the backside.
Yeah, we're right at the corner of Long Street and Tooley there.
Yeah, so that's why you're getting it the worst right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we never had any complaints until, last month, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody
been-
said a word. And last month, we met with a guy from the dumpster people here, Republic, and he said, do you know you guys smell over there? Nobody said anything, and then now, people have been smelling it for a while, and nobody said anything. It's like,
Oh, it was all of a sudden. And
Yeah.
it was, because ever since Rumpke took it over, there hasn't been odors. A lot of dust and dirt and mud, but, no odors since they took it over. But then it was like all of a sudden, and then it, like I say, it lasted for that span of time before the holiday, so I'm gonna say it started maybe in November or something. But now that we've been back this last 2 weeks or so, I haven't noticed it. In the 3-week time we were gone, I don't know.
because one of the residents looked it up, and then that drywall does give off that odor of methane gas. Because that's what the guy from Republic thought it was, methane gas smell.
Yeah.
Right.
And somebody looked it up, and they said that's what rotten drywall will do that. make that smell.
Didn't know that. Okay.
And I don't, when.
So
that's what-
hopefully it's been addressed then.
It's supposed to be addressed, I guess. If it has it, call over here and let Brenda know, then we'll
Okay,
We'll call Board of Health.
call the Board of Health again and
okay.
go from there.
Can I just throw out one other question?
Yeah.
There, and I'm sure you all know the house, it's just right there on, what, I'm gonna say New Haven or River Road, and it's where an older man lived, and I'm sure he's not there anymore. I don't know what became of him, but there's a vacant house that's just, it's a wreck, and it's just awful. Nothing's been done to it. Do we know anything that, I mean, not only is it an eyesore, but it can't be good having just this vacant house.
Where,
You know, it's gonna be right down the street, right across almost from the firehouse, the old firehouse down
Okay.
there.
Well, Rick usually handles that, but he's not here tonight. But we can pass it on
whose
to
house
him.
it is there?
It's Walter's house,
Okay.
next to where Gary Mortimer used to live there. It's that little house there he's talking about. Looks like it's deserted.
Oh, it's totally deserted.
But he lives there, doesn't he, the son?
No, oh, no.
He
He-
did, I know that.
Yeah, yeah, the little man that was there, I haven't seen him for a year.
Oh.
And, yeah, it's been a year. So that's why this house has been vacant for a year, and, I mean, it's an eyesore. I mean, you got cats hanging out, you got, you know, it's just, yeah, it's in bad shape. And I don't even mind going and picking it up and at least putting the stuff in the back of the house or something, but I don't know if I'm stepping on toes or something doing that. But,
I guess we'll get the address and give it to Rick.
Yeah.
I'll get it for him.
Go over tomorrow, get the address.
okay, that's it. Thank you,
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Anybody else?
Mike?
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Mike King, and I'm the Vice President of the Southwest School District. And it's been a couple years since I've been here. I'll keep my comments brief, but things have certainly changed since the last time I visited, going through the election in 2017 and with the levy passage. I just wanted to come tonight and first of all, on behalf of the district, just thank Crosby Township for their partnership and everything that you've done. And just give a real quick update on what's going on specifically with the building here at Crosby Elementary. So we've again been busy with a lot of the design work, the architects and engineers and so forth, getting everybody on board and getting the funding in place. So now that that's all occurred, we'll be starting where you'll start to see some activity this coming summer. So the summer of 2019, you'll start seeing the excavation work occurring back behind the existing building, back where the baseball field is. The construction traffic will be going through on the east side over by where you turn in there, the teacher's parking lot and going east of the gym back on that side. So they'll try to route all that traffic around that side of the building to prevent any any interference with what's going on with the activities there at the school. The construction process will take roughly 2 years, so we will be opening Crosby Elementary, the new Crosby Elementary, in the fall of 2021. So that'll be a little over 2 years from now, and it'll be roughly 800 students. So I think we're somewhere around 500, maybe 525 students there now with the modulars that are in place. And so with the changes of going to 3 elementaries, we're going to be bringing more of the students up from the Miamitown area. And of course, there's going to be continued growth, as we all know, in the area that we have here. So that's what's going to be occurring. Beyond that, there's going to be some traffic studies done. We think, and again, these are all preliminary, we think that we might be able to get by with, the way New Haven is configured. We may have a turn-in. It's been mentioned even a roundabout, something that'll continue to kind of keep the traffic from getting backed up as cars are going eastbound in the morning and turning left there. We know that's a problem. So that's why we'll have Hamilton County as well as Crosby Township involved in the traffic studies. So that'll be coming up somewhat soon. Other things, we are going to have a Crosby Township history wall. And so one thing that you can be thinking about is how do we capture historical or significant items that we can continue to include as we build this new building, and also kind of, maintain some, some ties to our past here. So that's something that as we go forward, we'll be asking for more input on, but just wanted to throw that out there for now. So if you're interested in seeing a little bit more, there was a town hall meeting at the Activity Center back in late January, and I believe the recording of that is on the high school website or on the district website, and you'll be able to go out and look at some of the 3D videos that they put together of the elementary schools, which are all going to be designed very similar, and the junior high as well as the high school renovation. So if you're interested in looking at that and you weren't aware, you can look at it there. So that's all I have to add related to what's going on within the district. A lot of exciting things happening. As you know, we're continuing to grow. The district is well over 4,100 students, so we're growing at a anywhere from 5 to 10% growth rate on an annual basis. So it's been quite significant. Anybody have any comments other than just the overview that maybe you're interested in knowing about?
What the last plan on the old school building?
Well, that'll be demolished. As of right now, the plan is to take that building down. We are going to be trying to expand that summer 2021, try to get out of school about a week earlier, so the calendar will be shortened a little bit that year, so that we can get in there early enough that the demolition to take that down, and then on the backside, school start a little bit later, so that there's a full 3 months to get everything done. Again, I don't think there's anything that's off the table as far as conversations about what's going to be done, but it is a tight space there. I think there's 9 acres, and I know that there's really a need to free up as much room as we can there. So, but that's one of those items that's still kind of an open item as far as what all is going to happen with what's there existing. But as of right now, it would be demolished to make room for parking and additional playground, since we are taking that back part of the lot.
Right, I saw a drawing where the new drive will actually be on the west side of the property. Is that where that
Yeah, that's going to be over there on the far west side.
So is that picnic shelter going to be in the way, or?
I'm sure it'll
That's
probably.
PTA built.
Yeah, I do. I recall that. That's been about 10, 12 years ago now. Yeah. So I'm sure that we'll have to make an accommodation for it one way or another, either move it or work that drive so that it's not going right through that line right there.
Yeah, and then going back to construction, I was thinking about if they're using that drive right on the east side.
Yeah, it's
Are they gonna
narrow,
have
but
it's narrow and there's trees. I was hoping they were going to have a policeman there for if there's a certain amount of traffic coming in and out of there at times, because when people are coming, heading west on New Haven, that set of trees, and if there's any sort of construction
right, there's kind of a
equipment,
blind spot right
it's
there.
a blind
You're right,
spot,
because those trees are pretty mature.
That's just
Absolutely.
something to think about, or
Okay.
throw at 'em.
I'll put that as a note. One other item I just wanted to mention, and that is a thank you to Mr. Niehaus for your help at the Activity Center. You and I know Walter Schunk was out there as well, but we really appreciate your help in getting that taken care of. So, right.
So there will be no ball fields no more at Crosby School then?
I don't know if they're going to be able to put one in. Most of the drawings I've seen have been of the main campus. They're going to expand the athletic facilities there. I don't know if it's been discussed if they're going to replace that existing ball field up closer to the front, in front of the school. So I'll put that on the list of things to follow up. We'll see if we can, if there's room there. Clearly, we want to keep the existing facilities as best we can.
I was just wondering if it was. I looked down and I don't know how it seems to me it's going to be tight, like Chris said, to get your equipment past that school on that east side.
Yeah, I know they've been out there and looked at it, and they've found a way to make it work, but I know it's, I've driven through there. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
don't know how much ground you own to the east as
Yeah.
far as, but it don't look very wide to me to get some
Yeah.
big equipment in there.
Yeah. So you won't see a lot of activity as far as building until probably later in the fall. This summer will be more just excavating and moving dirt and getting everything ready. So, but the exciting part will start to happen as we get into the fall and we start seeing the construction.
It seems like that ball field is used a lot. It seems like every time I go right by, it looks like somebody's been playing.
Oh, it's
So-
used a lot, that's for sure.
So,
Any more?
Some ball fields in Southwest School District for 2 years.
But you know, you're
Elementary,
I say Brenda expects some calls and start one little one out here. We'll have to build a second one out here.
You're all always welcome to attend any of the school board meetings or any of the updates. We'll try to keep everybody informed as we go through this because, you know, one of the things we've wanted to do is make sure we've had as much inclusion with the conversations as possible. And I know we've had great turnout for lots of the meetings, so, and visiting various districts, you know, throughout Ohio and seeing, you know, learn from their mistakes, hopefully do it a little bit differently, so. But we are excited about it. It's you know, it's an exciting time to be part of the school district and frankly the entire area of Harrison.
you don't see me at the meetings, but I'm informed well.
I'm sure you are.
He is.
There's probably not much that I could share with you haven't already heard. Great. Okay. Well, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
thank you. Anybody else? I think we've talked to everybody. So, you want copies? No.
She just writes it down.
I guess we go to maintenance department because Alan is not available tonight. So, Harry?
I really don't have anything.
Okay.
Well, Harry, did you get this copy from Ted Hubbard on mileage certification?
That coming up later. I could give you guys a copy. We need to make a motion tonight.
No.
That come up every year.
Okay.
So, I could give Harry a copy.
Do you want me to make a copy for him?
It could be in his mailbox.
Could be.
Yeah. If not, one of us will give you a copy. But, okay. Guess the fire department. Jason.
There were 38 details in January, 20 EMS, and 18 fire details. Towards the end of 2018, we had our fire pumps tested. We do a yearly testing on our fire pumps. And we knew we had some valves that were leaking. The parts came in January to replace 2 of those valves. We had to call a plumber. We had some drain issues in our kitchen at Station 28 in January. Grease and food, and just he had to go out there and snake through it. So we called a plumber in. It was on a weekend. We were able to find one. He came out and took care of the drain issue. That's all I've got. There's a meeting with West Jed later on this month between Chief of Whitewater, Chief of West Jed, and myself. So I have more information after that meeting for the 3 of you.
Well, I got 2 things for Jason. April 10th, it'll be April 17th, and I'm not for sure, Atherton Road Bridge is gonna be closed. So, we got 2 houses on the other side of the bridge.
For how long?
I don't know, they'll let us know in 2 weeks before they're ready to do it.
Okay.
I guess you'll have to get with Morgan Township,
Morgan Township.
cover them, and I guess Butler County Sheriff's to cover them two houses, because the only other way around is all the way down Patty's Run and around, and then it'll be too late, I think.
They just putting more piers up, or they redoing the whole bridge?
I don't know what they're all doing. They're waiting on a stress test to come back for something. They said as far as when they're gonna start, but he just said tentatively it'll be April 17th.
Okay.
And I know we used to have the two houses, the Leonard Mingus' house and the Knox's
Knox's,
house.
yeah.
So, over there by themselves.
Is there any way to cut down New Mate's property and back across?
I had
Coming off of
called.
Willie and then cutting over?
The ex-chief Bruce, I called him to see if he, because I was thinking that bridge was closed not too long ago. But he said it never was when he was the chief or involved with the fire
I
department.
can't recall it being closed.
And he says they've been that way, and it's confusing when you get back that gravel,
Uh-huh,
and you don't want nobody to get off the,
right.
I mean, I haven't been back through there.
To get permission, it's private property.
Yeah, you'd have to get permissions.
The
private
entrance off
property.
Willie you're talking about?
What?
The entrance off Willie you're talking
Mhm,
about?
mhm.
Yeah, I've been back there a couple years ago, and it was
You go all the way back
gravel
to the
and
farm.
mud, yeah.
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 I think the easiest thing was just to have Morgan Township cover and Butler County
Yeah.
cover that until, and I don't know how long it's gonna be. It might not be too long.
Sure. You mind carbon copying me the email that you get from the county when you receive it, please?
Okay,
You okay?
all right.
Okay. Do you have one?
Yeah, I ain't have it with me, but
Did you get one from that?
Yeah.
Just to
I
go,
thought he told me it was gonna be about 6 months. Somebody was telling me.
yeah.
Really? That big of a bridge?
Yeah. Talking about tearing it all out of it. I'm like you, they're waiting for a test to come
Yeah.
out with something.
Yeah. So, and the next thing is, I've talked to Jason about this. About getting the dumpster when the weather gets better. Getting a dumpster over there to the new Baltimore Fire Department, firehouse, and throwing away,
Just clean it out.
cleaning it out. And, either me or somebody will go talk to Jim Miller to see that they're there. If you,
I don't think, I've talked to retired Chief Downer about it, and I think we're okay.
okay,
Stuff in the basement is ours.
all yours, okay. So, and clean that out because it's a mess.
Not like firehouse being a fire trap.
So, I was just thinking like getting over there and getting some firemen and getting Harry's guys or whatever and set it up with, I don't know if I can talk to Walt Shunk about using his dumpster so we can get rid of it that day, or to set it up with a Rumpke to get rid of it that day. So we don't have garbage thrown in it. Or somebody.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I just want to know how you feel about it.
I'm fine with it.
There are records over there, I guess, from Crosby Township Historical Society.
Any records?
There's a few records down there from the 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s. But that's not the, yeah, there's broken stuff down there throughout the years. Some things from Fernald when they closed down and awarded Crosby the contract that Crosby never used. Equipment that hasn't been tested and can't be used anymore due to age. I think one roll-off dumpster would work.
Because I know the Historical Society moved stuff out of Old Town Hall and put it over there.
Put it over there for the
Yeah.
time being.
There are some over there.
Yeah,
from
we
the
won't throw
Historical
nothing like that away. It'll just
Right,
be
I'm
like
just counting.
equipment, hoses,
So,
ladders, or
right. So,
down there, just get rid of that stuff.
We have a lot of tables over there. It's a big heavy ones we used to have here. I took all them over there. Maybe somebody could use them and donate them to somebody that Yeah.
Right.
Some of them broke, where we put screws in them and bolted them back together, but somebody could use them, there's like two right up in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's,
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? I do want to go into the session tonight to talk about the staffing for the fire department. So, yeah. Okay, Brenda?
Okay, I'm going to talk to you first about the Crosby seniors. They will be having their annual soup luncheon tomorrow here at 11:30. It's going to be a great day because they make homemade soups and delicious desserts and salads, and so it'll be a big event for them. And they're always welcoming new members, so if you know of anyone that might be interested, they would love to see them. They're up to about 60 now who have paid their 2019 dues, just to give you some idea of how large that they've grown to. Their dinner out this month is going to be at Snow's Lakeside Tavern on February 21st at 5 p.m. They also have plans to visit the Omnimax Theater on March 1st to see the new showing of Egypt, the Time of Pharaoh. There's also plans to do some volunteer work with crayons to computers to benefit the teachers at Crosby School on March 13th. Their next monthly meeting will be on March 12th here at the Community Center at 1 p.m., and they will have Dr. Jeremy Warden as our guest speaker, who recently opened a new office in Harrison out on Dry Fork Road by the BP. It's near I-74. He will be speaking about the health benefits of acupuncture and chiropractic work, and he's helped my grandson improve his health condition, which has been chronic over the years, and I've actually learned a lot about its value, so the seniors are eager to hear about that. Plans are underway to organize a health fair for Crosby Township this spring. More details will follow as I put the pieces together. The date is set for Saturday, April 27th, and it will be held here on the grounds of the Community Center. Some things outside, some things inside. So watch for more details as they're made available, and the day will consist of a schedule of activities and mini workshops, mini meaning M-I-N-I, workshops to learn about topics related to healthy living. There'll be some pretty interesting incentives to participate, which will be announced later. That's the little teaser for you. Other than that, I'm working on a couple of grant ideas and the general day-to-day operations of the center. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions for Brenda? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bob, official officer?
I don't have the exact figures, but I have noticed that in 2018, the interest on our accounts at our two banks have doubled as far as the money that we gained in interest in 2017 compared to 2018. It's very significant, and I guess it ebbs and flows over time, but 2018 was a good year to have money in the accounts that we have. So I just wanted to point that out, and that's it for me.
Okay. Zoning Wilkerson here, he gave us a report. I guess he has 7 permit were given out in January 2019. So. Okay, I guess we got old business. Mr. Doe?
No, I have no old business.
Mr. Niehaus?
no.
Okay, I have some. I have a meeting here with Michelle Ball. She is the Hamilton County recycling person, and we had it on the 24th. Brenda was here, and I invited Harrison Township, Whitewater Township, and Morgan Township. So they all came, and Michelle basically gave some general information about recycling. And if you remember, Crosby made a motion to go ahead and look into it. So basically, the other 3 townships is going back to the trustees and have a meeting to see if they want to go forward with recycling. This is from the waste and recycling from resident pickup from the home. So I will probably set up another meeting the end of this month and invite the other 3 township back and see if they're gonna go forward with it or not. So
Either work better if it's a combination of
yeah, I'll
townships
say more
together.
you have,
That way
better
they got
rate.
more of a business
right,
for the Rumpke. Okay.
right. So
Good.
so they all seem interested in moving forward, but they have to kick it back to the trustee meeting and make a motion, see if they want to go forward officially. So, I also got, I guess, email, a letter, I guess, from Energy Allowance, Kathy Teeter. If you remember, in November 2017, the residents of Crosby Township voted to have a lucky if they only be every resident that is half Duke for supplier. So we have like I believe over 500 and some residents of Crosby Township sign up for with Energy. And there's another 181 letters that will be sent out, I guess, I would think around April. So these are Duke residents, Duke customers, and they have a chance to sign up for it. If they don't want to sign up for it, they can opt out of it. But they can save money by signing up for the program. The other thing I have is I look into a program for the gas. We converted to gas on the firehouse on Bosman, and I got some information on that. And I think I gave you 2 a copy. They have Energy Allowance got off looking to 2 programs. One is a fixed rate for 12, 24, and 36 months. And then they also have a variable rate. And I'm looking to how much we'll save. Right now, Duke is charging us for gas at .447, and we can get 3 years, 36 months at .414 cents per CCF. And the one bill I look at was for 34 days, and we'll save, for the 34 days, we only save $12.81, which is only about 38 cents per day. So I don't know if you want to sign up for a fixed rate for 3 years, or we go with a variable rate. So we're not really saving a lot of money per year. So I don't know what your thought is,
You don't think we'll be saving that much every year?
please.
You don't think we'll be saving that much each year?
Well, for 34 days, it was $12.81. So you take it like 12 months, that'd be about, what, 140, 150 bucks.
I'll take it.
So,
Yeah, but you're locked in on that price.
Yeah, I know.
For 2
Yeah.
years,
so
for 150
Go down?
bucks. Year, what?
You think it's gonna go down?
Well, she said right now the best time to get the rate for gas, because in the summer, a lot of the plants use gas.
Well, you can't even really go
Could
by
make
that
electricity.
because they're not even gonna be using gas in the summertime. That's $12. Now, what month?
That was the bill for February the 1st, so that would be,
You know, in the summertime,
yeah.
there's no
so-
gas gonna be used, so you're talking $75
Yeah, probably.
because they're,
Mostly the
you don't need any gas in the pool, so,
just their grill.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, that is a fixed rate. There is a variable rate, but you wouldn't be locked in for that. They would, Kathy said they got like maybe over 1,000 clients that use the variable program. And she said you might save about 5% over the cost of Duke. But she said right now Duke would charge you whatever the market is. So if you went with the variable rate, energy allowance would kind of be a watchdog. And then gives a, say maybe 5%, but we will not be locked in. We can go into it and go out wherever.
You lock into for 3 years, you're
Yeah, a fixed
locking in
rate.
for about, the way I would figure it, you're locking in for about $75 to save
Yeah, for a year.
per year. And you're locked there for 3 years, you can't leave.
Yeah, but the variable rate is not locked in,
You know.
so you can go in and out wherever. And that is, so we can do it as a variable, a fix, or nothing. So we probably could do the variable rate that way. Energy allowance could be kind of be a watchdog and maybe save us like 5% if you think it worthwhile. So, she also looking to how many residents in Crosby Township have gas. They're only about 150. And
Fort Scott.
well, right now they're about 150 people. So, remember, if you go through that, you need to go get the ballot and get the voter to vote for it and everything. So, basically, for 150 residents, it's not really worthwhile the time effort. So I reckon we wouldn't do anything for that. Maybe someday you'll get a lot more, but right now it's not worth the time and effort, especially to go to a ballot and all of that. So, do you want more or less go what's available or stay as is? For maybe $75 and save 5%. That's not that much. So, yep. Okay.
I don't know, I don't like signing 3-year contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
That's one business.
That's my guy.
Yeah. But like I said, available is not a lock-in, so you can go in and out.
For
whenever.
$75, I don't think I want to sign a 3-year contract with somebody.
So, yeah, and the 5% would even be less than that. So,
Price goes down, but,
okay. Well, I look into it. So,
yeah.
Well, thanks for looking into it, Joe.
so
Thanks.
maybe in the future it might be worthwhile. So, okay. Let's see what else. Jason and I already talked about WestJag. We're having another meeting later this month. So, that all the old business I have. New business, Mr. Doe.
Okay, I got one piece of new business, no action required. I got contacted by Joe Abner, District Director for Congressman Steve Shabbat. He would like to have I forget what it's called already. A town hall meeting here at the township. So, Congressman Shabbat will be here come Friday, February 22nd, from 2 to 3 p.m. So everyone is invited, that we fill the room, ask Mr. Shabbat any sort of questions you would like to know what's going on with Congress and everything that's going on up there. I think they're going to open it up with anything that the trustees would have, issues facing Crosby Township, which may concern federal government, vice versa, or whatever. So if there's any needs we're looking for. So I think he's going to ask us, and then he's going to open it up to the public for any sort of questions about what's happening. So we are going to host that on the 22nd. Brenda's thrown it out there. Maybe we'll do a little bit of something ahead of time, cookies and punch, just to make them feel welcome. So.
But also, you need to say it's only for an hour.
It's only for an hour, 2 to 3 p.m., I guess.
It's not an all-day event. So.
But at least he's coming, it's like not that often. So that's on February 22nd, a Friday, so 2 to 3 p.m. So come one, come all. We're going to try and get it on the website and get it put on the marquee signs so that we can get residents out. Show them that Crosby Township cares what he's doing. And that's all the new business I have.
Yeah, I remember going to one years ago at Harrison Township over on New Haven Road. And at that, there were maybe 3 or 4 people show up, so there wasn't many people. So, so that might be the last one he had on this side of town. I don't know. So, okay. Jim?
I already did all my new business before.
You get it? I have one thing. Every year, I guess we get a letter from the Hamilton County Engineer Office, and they want us to make a motion. What this is about is the Township Mileage Certification Form. Last year, at the beginning of the year, we had 4.667 miles, and it went up to 4.775 miles. That because a couple of adjustments in Fort Scott, and they remeasured this street, I guess, and they came up with another 0.108 miles for the township. 4.775. Yeah, 4.775 miles. These are the township road, and these are the one that Harry was in charge of going in the snow and passing up the whatever. What was it previously? 4.667.
Could I make a copy for Harry? There was none in his mailbox, and he's trying to process what you're saying.
Okay.
Could I just grab it real quick and copy it for you?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, well, some parts gotta be filled out and signed that way.
I made a two-sided copy. So. And they want us to make a motion to accept the 4.775 miles. If we're going to make a motion, basically it's a default, and they're going to tell us we got 4.775 miles anyway. So they want to make it official that the township trustees know that we must take care of 4.775 miles. You got any comment, Harry? You think you can do all this? Take care of that big increase? Okay. So basically I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss.
Yes. So you can make fill in the paper and send one to Hamilton County and one go up to Columbus. So.
Did you say this was a resolution or a motion?
A motion.
We didn't resurface anything this year, did we? This last year, I mean.
Yeah, that's why I made a copy for you, so I wasn't aware of it. Okay, any other concern? Okay. The next regular meeting is March 11th, 2009 at 7 p.m. And I want to make a motion to go into session to talk about the staffing for the fire department.
I'll second it.
Do we all gotta sign that or just you?
We all sign it. I gotta let you sign it.
Did you second it?
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes. And I thank everybody for coming.
What is it, the 11th?